Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Dana and here I am with another tea time. So originally I wanted to make this video talking about my character that you're seeing me draw on screen right now, Esme, but I did the entire recording, but after finishing it I just was not proud of it. I felt like it's something that I wouldn't even want to watch, so I trashed it, and here we are with a tea time video. I might get around to making a video specifically about my character soon, but instead of doing like it character by character, I think I should just do a whole video on like a set because it just makes more sense. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we are talking about setting boundaries for ourselves online, and I think this is a message that a lot of people, specifically younger people who grew up on the internet, I grew up on the internet, really need to understand. So growing up on the internet it's very different because you're exposed to so much that you probably should not be, and I'm going to be completely honest. And at the same time, it's very easy for people to be needlessly like rude and mean and nasty on the internet. I grew up around like when cringe culture was pretty big. I didn't really engage in it, but I did watch videos, I laughed along, which I'm really happy I got out of that mindset. But I was like 12, 13. Like it was really bad. I was just used to people being bullied online. Like I grew up with that. And I actually have a story. Now this story, I'm not really proud of myself at all. I don't want to defend myself. I was a child. I was like in 6th grade when this happened, but I just feel really bad looking back on it now with all the knowledge that I know now. I just don't even know how I did that. But basically, the story goes, I was on Wattpad. If you don't know, Wattpad is an app / website where you could basically write your own stories. I had an art book. That was kind of a thing. People would post their art, and I was a part of that community because I'm an artist, blah, blah, blah. And, I posted my art, got a little attention. My head was really big about it. And then I came across this other person's art book, and basically the art just wasn't super advanced. Obviously, we were all really, really young. And I thought it was appropriate to not make fun of this person, but basically heckle them. And it was really, really immature of me. And I did it not because I wanted to see them improve, but just not even really to make myself feel better. I felt like I was superior because I felt like my art was better than theirs. And looking back on it, honestly, I feel really awful about what I did. And I distinctly remember a friend of mine, me and a friend, we were doing it together, and basically we like sent it in a group chat or whatever, in our friend group chat. And our friend was like, why are y'all doing this? He's just, he's just drawing, he's just having fun. Like, they had more common sense than I ever did at the time. But I just found it appropriate because that's what I saw. That's what I saw other people doing, most people doing, and seeing it as okay, And like I said, I'm not justifying my behavior at the time. I'm just really explaining it. And I just think that story is an example of how easy it is for people just to be needlessly rude on the internet. And I've grown a little bit, and I've been thinking a lot about this topic because I'm the type of person who is not afraid to block people. I am not afraid to delete comments. I'm not afraid to do any of that. There's kind of like this idea that if you block people, that you're letting them win, when I really, really think we need to drop that attitude. It's very toxic, and I'm gonna explain why. So I want to use a comparison to like real life. Not that the internet is not real life, but people you see face to face physically, right? When you see somebody face to face, you are prone to just being nicer or kinder just because they're like standing in your face. Over the internet, it's very easy to disconnect people from their humanity, basically, is what I'm saying. If I heard somebody say something to my face that I did not like, what would I do? I'd either talk to them about it or I'd walk away. Why is that? Why is walking away not seen as acceptable behavior over the internet? on the internet, what is seen as walking away to me is basically blocking somebody. Like, that's it. Or unfollowing somebody, basically disengaging. And I don't know why people act like this is such a weakness. It's really not. You should be allowed to set your boundaries online, especially if somebody is harassing you. I used to have that mindset. Well, I don't want to block them to let them win because, they'll like screenshot it or whatever. But I realized I should not be caring about this person in this way. Basically, I should not care it's not about winning. It's about preserving my mental health. And once I learned that, I've been blocking bitches left and right. Like, I do not care anymore. You leave a dumb, stupid comment on my stuff, I delete it. If you're being needlessly rude and spamming me, I will block you. Like, and also turning off comments. People act like it's such like a weak move when it's like, no, I am setting my boundaries, basically. I know this TikToker, I forgot their name, but basically they were just getting like harassed all the time for like their gender identity. They're non-binary, and they were like, hey, I'm gonna turn off comments because I know my limits and I shouldn't, if I can control the situation, I will. And I think a lot more people need to think like that. Now, am I saying you should never engage with people? That is not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that it is up to you to set your boundaries online. A lot of people, like on Twitter, they always complain about seeing stuff. Like, they complain about, oh, well, I hate seeing this show or this, and the third. It's really stupid behavior, in my opinion, because you have been given tools where you do not have to deal with that. My thinking is, if you do not have to, then don't. Like around the time when Legend of Korra was being talked about, put on Netflix, I really do hate Korra discourse because so easily does it devolve into just name calling, and like, I do not like the Legend of Korra, so I'm already like my back's up against the wall. So I was just not really looking forward to Korra discourse being on my timeline. And you know what I did? I muted the word Korra, because you can mute words on Twitter. It is an amazing feature. When Hamilton came out on Disney Plus, I really, really love Hamilton. Now, I know there are there are problematic things with the material and how it's been adapted, so on and so forth. But for me, I didn't want to hear it. Like, I understand it, and after I got over the initial bliss, I went and looked over, all the commentary on that, but I did not want to see the negativity flood my timeline at the time. So you know what I did? I muted the word Hamilton, and I didn't see it. And then like 7 days later, the word's unmuted. Because now I'm able to be like, I'm in a space where I feel like I am able to accept criticism of something that I like without becoming upset about it. And you know what? It worked perfectly. I do not really care for BTS. I haven't tried listening to their music. I just don't really care for it. I do find it annoying when people constantly talk about it. You know what I did? I muted the word BTS forever. Do you see how I am creating a space for myself online where I am comfortable because I can do that? It's incredible. And I think people really need to take advantage of these features. Now I know Twitter is like one of the few places where you can actually mute words. It's a really incredible feature. I feel like everybody should have it. But still, even on other social media platforms, you are allowed to control the space that you decide to take up. Like on TikTok, I remember I made a video, and I don't really want to talk about it because everybody gets mad at me when I talk about race stuff, but it's important. Okay, basically I was talking about that stuff, and I was just getting like a bunch of annoying racist comments from little white boys, and you know what I did? I deleted their comments, because that's what I can do. If I don't want them to have a platform specifically on my page, they do not get to have it. It's that simple. And when this one boy was constantly spam commenting the same thing, same racist rhetoric, you know what I did? I deleted all 14 of his comments, and then I blocked him, and I have never heard from him again. I remember I'm just giving you anecdotal evidence of where I was able to squash things that annoyed me because I could. Like, you should take advantage of these filters. I duetted this girl, and she was basically talking about like the MLP, the new franchise, the new generation basically. And I duetted her, and I was like, this attitude is really, really annoying to me, this, that, and the third. And then these like 3 kids just like rated my comments for no reason. And it was really, really annoying. So you know what I did? I deleted their comments and I blocked them. Do you see? It's so amazing. It's so amazing. And I've never heard from them again because I blocked them. It's so crazy. And I think people really should take advantage of these things, especially if you're like, I don't want to say a sensitive person, because targeted harassment is going to affect somebody regardless of how sensitive they are. If you are just a person who does not feel like dealing with discourse and all of that mess, I heavily suggest for you to moderate the space that you occupy, because your mental health is more important than trying to educate somebody about your existence. You know, like, if you're not specifically, but especially for marginalized groups, I really don't like to hear people's input when they are not about that community. Like, if I'm talking about Black issues and then a white person comments on Black issues, and I delete your comment, because this is not a conversation that you have been invited in. That's what I'm gonna do, basically. Like, you should be able to create a space where you feel comfortable. Now, I'm not saying an echo chamber. You can do that if you want. I don't suggest it. I don't support it. But basically what I'm saying is, if something annoys you, you have the amazing freedom to just like exit it out of your mind, exit it out of your existence. And those are only like a couple instances of where I've taken advantage of the block feature, because I can. Because if I do not have to deal with targeted harassment, then I won't. That's basically what I'm saying in this video is, do not be afraid to take advantage of the tools provided for you. Block button exists for a reason. Delete comment exists for a reason. And I feel like you should take advantage of those way more often, so we don't have to hear people bitching and moaning about, oh, well, I'm so tired of hearing about this topic. Mute the word. It's not that hard, you know? So that's all I wanted to come on here to say. I'm just saying, like, the gist of this video is, take advantage of the tools provided. If you do not want targeted harassment, there is a way you can alleviate it and make a space more comfortable for you. And that's all I'm saying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I didn't really talk about the art, but I just wanted to talk about this topic because it's just been on my mind lately. Just block people. It's very fun, it's very easy, effective, and then you forget about them in like 15 minutes. So thank you for watching this video. If you want to find me on any of my social medias, I have an Instagram, I have a Twitter, and I have a TikTok. You can find those links down below. If you want to see my art on a physical object, wow, crazy, my Redbubble is also linked. And if you just want to tip me, if you care, you don't have to, but if you would like to, you can find like my Cash App and my PayPal. So thank you for watching this video. I'm trying to put out 2 videos a week now, and I just hope you enjoy my content. I'll see you in the next time, and I hope you guys are having a great week. Bye.